Councillor?
Yes, please.
So, Ridley Scott's adaptation of Cormac McCarthy's script. Ridley Scott tried for ages and ages to bring Blood Meridian to the screen. Ended up saying that if he did it, it would have been rated XX. So, settling now for this self-consciously overcooked existential thriller. So, the story... The story is...
You don't like it?
I don't like it. Okay, so... Michael Fassbender is the councillor. Incidentally, in America, councillor 1L. Over here, councillor 2Ls. I obviously appreciate anybody tweeting me to correct me on factual errors, but over here, it's called the councillor 2Ls.
2Ls.
There's 2Ls in England. There we go. I know Judgment Day was still Judgment Day by the time it came over here, I think, but it's 2Ls. So
Can I just say before you, because clearly you're not very impressed, I just want, let's just take a moment.
Yeah.
Fassbender, as it says on the poster.
Yeah.
Fassbender, Cruz, Diaz, Bardem, Pitt, the councillor, Ridley Scott, Cormac McCarthy. How is it possible to come up with anything other than 5 stars?
I know. Shall we hear it? Okay, so the central character, the councillor himself, the unnamed councillor, played by Michael Fassbender, who is one of my favourite actors, who is absolutely brilliant in 12 Years a Slave, who has won the Kermode Award for Best Actor twice.
My word, I'd forgotten that.
My word, yes, exactly. He plays the titular straight who decides that in order to make some money, he is going to, for a once-only time, get himself into some heavy stuff with some heavy Mexican drug cartels. And you know what? Almost as soon as he's decided to do it, he's going to regret it. And he's not the only one.
I suppose I could ask you if you got a rat in your pocket.
You're not serious.
Well, when was the last time you tried to call him?
Yesterday. Why?
Why?
Because I couldn't reach him now, all right?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What are you?
I don't know.
That's what Westray said, but he did know, didn't he?
What are you gonna use for the money?
I've got some money.
I don't think so. If you had any serious money, you wouldn't be this jackpot in the first place.
I might.
Ah, yeah? Well, I know why I'm in it. Do you?
Sure. Same as you. Greed.
Yeah. No, you got in trouble. Got in trouble. I tried to appeal to your greed 2 years ago. No deal. Now it's too late. It's too late.
What do you think I should do?
I don't know, counselor. I don't know.
Let's do... I'll do the Brad Pitt part, okay? So what you say to me is like, hey, how is this all going to play out? But you say it like Michael Fassbender. Okay?
Who am I being?
You're being Michael Fassbender.
Okay, and what am I saying?
You're going to say like, hey, how is this all going to play out?
Okay, okay. Hey, how's it all going to play out?
The snake spins on the spinning wheel of the wallpaper. Once upon a time, let's say, we talked about war in the cosmos and it literally goes on like
did you have to write that?
You have to understand. Evil is a thing which is more thingy than the thing. You think you know the thing that the thing knows, but the evil knows more of the thing than you. I want to know that you're in, and when I say in, I mean in, not in as in out, but in with the inness of the in and the inning of your inness.
Too many
with
words.
The evil of the thing. And then somebody came to me once and said,
I get the picture.
Can I regret? And you have grief. But
No,
what
really,
is
I
the
get the
value
picture.
of grief when it is just if with a gur at the beginning? And it goes on and on and on. It is one of those really weird things in which Cormac McCarthy, brilliant writer, brilliant author, screenplay, on the strength of this, not his greatest strength.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially what happens is it's soliloquizing drug dealers who just spend their whole time doing these speeches that I'm sure look very good on the page. In fact, I've got the hardback edition on the screen, and they read a lot better. But on the screen, it is just, what? Really? Come on. So, there's like phone calls in which he'll ring somebody up and go, I'm in a terrible situation. Everything's really awful. What do I do? Well, the man who looks at the fly too long with the sun shining from behind. And you go, just tell him to do the thing.
What they needed was Dom Hemingway to...
They did need Dom Hemingway going, here's what you need to do. You need to get out of Chogi and then go around and see the bloke. He's in the house. And the difficult thing about it is that there are some lines in it that are the line that's been quoted quite a lot is truth has no temperature, and it is true, that is a terrible line. But for example,
What does that mean?
well, it means truth has no temperature. The snail has no shell.
Sin is a choice.
Since the frog has fallen from the sky. And it goes on and on and on and on in this wordy, full of itself way. Meanwhile, everyone on screen vies to outdo each other in the terrible wardrobe department. So it's almost like they've all gone, hey, you know, we're doing something. This is let's kind of jazz it up a little bit with the most spectacularly eye-watering wardrobe you have ever seen. And at every single moment, there is just this discussion of the dark and the light and the evil and the thing with the thing and the other thing and the thing and the what's it, and you just go, yeah, this is like pulp fiction dialogue delivered in po-faced terms by absolutely top of the range actors, directed by somebody who's a really, you know, spectacular visual stylist, and it is hollow and empty and annoying. And there's a whole thing about so at the beginning, you get your Javier Bardem and Cameron Diaz, and there's cheetahs. And then Cameron Diaz dresses kind of as a cheetah. And then at the end, she gets to do a speech about what it means to be a cheetah. And then at one point, Brad Pitt starts talking to Michael Fassbender's character about snuff movies. You go, when is this set? What? It's very, very strange. I mean, it's obviously, when you've got that kind of talent, I think Michael Fassbender is absolutely great in almost everything, but even he is left just flanneling around in the sort of...
He might have to hand back his Kermode Award.
No, because it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's like they've been given this sort of, as I said, this overcooked, full of itself, pompous existential thriller B-movie dialogue, and they're all delivering it like it's, you know, like it's really important that you don't mess around with any of this and you do it all properly. And it is silly. And then there are these kind of you know, these moments which have become famous, which is, you know, Cameron Diaz having an intimate moment with a car and decapitate. Yeah, exactly.
What?
You haven't read about that in the paper? Oh, that'll be a treat for you. That'll be a treat for you.
Really?
Yes.
Does she get her fingernail caught in the door or something like that? Is that what you mean?
If only it were that simple.